What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It is super cold and rainy here, so I'm going to try to make my day a little bit better by talking about the things that I love, which is all things photography. And today we're going to be talking about the 3 lenses I think every single photographer needs. Whether you're a pro, you're just advanced, you're a beginner, no matter what, I think these 3 lenses could drastically change your photography game. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump right on into it. And starting with my favorite lens of all time, this thing, it has the key to my heart. I can't help it. I keep trying to play with other lenses, but this one I just constantly keep going back to. So today we're going to be talking about my absolute number one, the 50mm. I know I just did a video on it, but I love this thing so much. It has so much potential. It does every little thing that I need. And look at this. It's teeny tiny. It fits directly into your camera bag. It takes up no extra space. And this bad boy cost me $125. Let me repeat, $125 this bad boy cost me. And like I said, I use it for all things. Mainly portraits. I do a ton of portrait photography, whether it's graduations, anything wedding related, all product photography. Most things I am using my 50mm on, just because the compression is so nice, it's crisp, it's sharp, like everything just looks so good. And I think any photographer would tell you, whether they shoot on, Canon, Nikon, Sony, no matter what they're shooting on, every single photographer would say you need the Nifty 50 in your bag. And I am one of those photographers that say that you need this bad boy. No matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter. Grab yourself a Nifty 50 and you are going to fall in love with it. This is not the USM version, that's why it is so affordable, but I see no quality difference. I talked to another buddy of mine that is also in photography. He does professional photography as well, and this is the exact one that he shoots on, and neither of us, we've both played with the USM versions, but neither of us have really seen a drastic enough difference to spend the extra money. So I just went ahead, got the $125 one, and I absolutely adore it. Next up, while we are on the topic of portraits, I couldn't help bring myself to talking about the 85mm. Now this is a USM lens. I did spend more money on this lens. It was still pretty affordable in my opinion. I want to say I spent $400 on this. I did buy it used. I got off the Canon website. It is fully refurbished, and I don't see, sure there's a couple dents and scratches on it. As a used gear, I was expecting that, but the quality of it had no change to it, so I will try to find the price of a brand new one. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. This is also an older model, so I'm not even sure if they sell these brand new anymore. I doubt it, but you can, I do believe, still get them refurbished on the Canon website. And I don't use this for portrait photography, like I'm not even gonna lie. I know a lot of people do, but I mainly use the 85 for, I do racing photography, and it's just the blurred background. This is a very compressed lens, and I think it's a little bit too much for portrait photography, which I know some people would think is wild because that's kind of what you want, but I prefer a super blurred background when I'm doing racing photography. I want to single out that race car and just, he's in his own little racing world, That's what I want to go for. So that's when I pull out my 80mm. Especially, I'm in the pits. I can't get super close. I can get close enough to where I don't need like a 200mm, but the 85 works perfect for me in those racing scenes, and it's quick action, especially when he's coming into the pits. The driver that I shoot for, I keep saying the driver that I'm shooting for, if he's coming into the pits, I don't need a 200mm lens on here to where I can't even see the action coming into the pits. So I think the 85 is like a perfect blend of, I can get those farther shots and it's still crisp and blurred in the background, but then also when he's coming in to do the pit change and I can kind of like just jump directly into the action, I don't have to have 2 cameras, I don't have 2 lenses on me, it's just, I think it's such a perfect combine things. And you can absolutely use this for portraits. Just because I don't prefer them does not mean that you can't use this for portraits. I know people even use this for like the B-roll, and a lot of photographers use the 85 for B-roll. Again, it's a little bit too much for me. I just like this thing for just mainly racing photography. I do occasionally do product shots with it when I need to get a super compressed background and I need it to just be super sharp on that one object. I will throw this thing onto my camera and get a few shots with that, but I mainly use the 50mm like I said before for that. So I think if you need something that you can get a little bit of distance but you can also pull it back, the 85 is perfect for you in that case. Then, of course, I'm going to suggest a 16-35. This was one of my biggest purchases as a starting out photographer. I did buy it for vlog use. This is normally the lens that y'all will see me shooting on. Right now I have my 24mm on, which is why I probably look a little bit closer up than I normally do. But I absolutely think that you need a wide lens. I love that I can get a different range. Like I said, I mainly use it for vlogging. And I think that if you want to get into vlogging, you absolutely need a 16-35. This was an absolute game changer for me. It is expensive. I will go ahead and tell you that. This one I also bought used. I'm a huge fan of used gear. So I did buy this one used. It is the USM. I spent about $1,200 I want to say on this one. So it's a big purchase, and I know it's expensive, but I just think the quality of this one you're going to get what you're going to get out of it. It is an older piece, like I said. It's used, it has scratches, it's dented. That's a part of the story for me, so I don't mind buying things used. And I just think you have to have a wide variety of lenses. So when I'm shooting portraits, I shoot my 50mm. When I'm shooting racing, I have my 85mm. This is something that I can shoot anything on. I want to do a landscape, great, I have a wide lens. If I want to get a little bit more compression and I only have this lens with me, great, I can zoom in into that 35. I think that you can get the most bang out of your buck with this one. If I were to buy, I'm just starting out, and I need one lens, and I have like a bigger budget, this is what I'm going for, because I can have so much variety with it. I've shot portraits on this. This is how I got started. I did my sister's graduation photos on this. I turned it up to that 35. It's the only lens that I had because I had fully invested this much money into this one lens, and I was like, I can't afford anything else right now. So I shot her graduation pictures with just this, and that launched my photography career. So I know that's expensive. I know that's very nerve-wracking if you're not really making money yet with photography and you're going to go and blow, I won't say blow because it's worth it. You're going to go and invest $1,200 into yourself, and it's a big risk, and I completely understand that. But I think no matter the photography that you want to get into or videography that you want to get into, having a wide lens that you can play around with, even a lot of the times that I do my vlogs, it's not fully at the 16 unless I want, that large background and I want to do like a grand entrance of where I am and show the whole world, my background. A lot of times I do zoom it in and I compress it a little bit more, but if I'm shooting landscapes or anything, I have this thing wide open, and I love these lenses so much. These are probably my holy trinity. This is the only three that I really keep in my bag, if we're being completely honest. I have two cameras. I keep the 16-35 on one of them, and then the 50mm at all other times, unless it's racing season, then I pull out my 85. But I could not imagine not having my 85, even if I don't use, I use it the least. But I've been in some pickles where I was like, I really need to get a crisp, sharp shot, and I throw on my 85mm. So I think if you're just starting out, or you're just trying to look for a new lens, your next big purchase, or whatever it may be, I think any three of these lenses are truly perfect for any photographer. You can do just about anything with all three of them, and I love these lenses. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I have a huge passion for these three lenses. I do shoot on Canon, by the way, so I don't know the price ranges on like the Sony or the Nikon or whatever you shoot on. The prices that I said were for the Canon, just so y'all are aware. They might vary for your brand that you shoot with, but I definitely think that y'all will enjoy those lenses, and I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I know it was short, sweet, and quick, but that's all I really have to say about them. I think that you would be happy with any of them. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you get all my post notifications, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.